everyone, and welcome to our second episode. Last week, we showed you how the sugar industrial complex has fooled the world and how it still keeps you on the hook, most of the time without you even knowing. In this episode, we'll show you very simple and effective ways how to get rid of sugar for good and how to get your health and vitality back without pills, gyms, or diets. Now let's dive into the simple and very effective steps you can take today to get your health and life back. Number 1. Get rid of sugar that you add to your tea or coffee. If you've been adding to your hot and cozy drinks or to your cold and chilled drinks your whole life, and you don't feel like you have the strength to toss it out all at once, just start doing it gradually.
For example, if you're used to having 3 teaspoons of sugar, decrease it to 2, then to 1, and then to 0. You can go to 0 sugar in your tea or coffee as quickly as in an instant, or as slow as in 2-3 weeks. The most important thing is to get started and stay on this path. Keep in mind that sugar is like a drug, which is very addictive. In fact, studies show that rats addicted to cocaine chose sugar every single time they were offered it.
Drinking your tea or coffee without any sugar might feel unusual at first, but in a while, after you get used to it, you would be even surprised why you did it in the first place. Get rid of sugary drinks, which means sodas, sports drinks, energy drinks, sweetened teas, and also the so-called healthy alternatives, such as fruit juices or smoothies, which are commercially produced, aka processed.
Keep in mind, when those products are produced and then sold to you at the store, they almost always have lots of added sugars and preservatives to extend the shelf life. Studies show that reducing your intake of sugary drinks can quickly help with weight loss and improve overall health, mood, and energy. Some alternatives to consider include water, black or green tea, or herbal teas. In fact, studies show that green tea is the best aid in weight loss as it helps to turn fat into energy. Additionally, green tea relieves inflammation and helps in treatment and prevention of many serious deadly diseases, including cancer. We'll be doing a separate episode on the benefits of different kinds of tea and how you can easily incorporate it in your daily diet. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned.
Get rid of hidden sugars in your foods or drinks. Keep in mind that some of the most unexpected places for high added sugars are the so-called healthy foods, such as yogurts, cereals, fruit juices, and so on.
And of course, as you already know from our previous episode, low-fat alternatives almost always have much higher sugar content, which actually makes them less healthy. So next time you are at a grocery store or a coffee shop, pick whole milk instead of low fat. If you are going for non-dairy milk, for example almond, oatmeal or coconut, make sure to check the added sugar content.
Since 2016, food manufacturers in the US have been required to list added sugars on their nutrition labels, so please make sure to check them.
As you already know from our first episode, according to the FDA, the daily recommended limit for added sugars is 50 grams. The American Heart Association recommends twice less.
Next, be very careful with sauces, marinades, and any kinds of flavored additives in general,
as they're also one of the major sources of hidden sugars that often get overlooked. Just as a quick example, 1 tablespoon, 17 grams of ketchup contains about 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of added sugars. That means ketchup is a whopping 29% sugar, which actually makes it more sugary than ice cream. On top of that, a lot of sauces also contain harsh chemicals that frankly do not even belong in the human body. If you like your food with a kick, the healthy alternatives are herbs and spices such as chili, pepper, cayenne pepper is especially great for weight loss, mustard, vinegar, lemon or lime juice, just to name a few. If you do want a sauce, make it at home whenever possible, or go for organic kinds with no added sugars and always closely read the label.
If you've been watching our channel for a while, you already know this, but if you just joined, I'd like to emphasize that LiveFeed is an independent media platform. We are not affiliated with any party or organization, and our only mission is to bring you truthful and independent reporting. Number 5. Upgrade your coffee by downgrading its sugar content. You might be surprised, but here is a fun fact. Some of Starbucks frappuccinos
have almost 70 grams of added sugars in them.
Can you imagine that? And it's just by default without any types of customizations or additional flavors or additional sugar pumps. If you still like to get your morning coffee from a coffee shop, just make sure to skip adding any kinds of syrups or flavors.
The best way to drink coffee is black with no sugar or milk. This way you'll get much more benefits from coffee specifically for weight loss. If you do want milk, get whole milk instead of low fat. Why whole milk is better than low fat for weight loss? Make sure to check our first episode because there we answer that question in detail. By cutting sugars in your coffee, your mood and energy will significantly improve. By the way, coffee also has very potent medicinal properties. However, it can cause more harm than good if abused or overused. Additionally, most of the coffee present on the US market is also loaded with toxins and heavy metals, so you have to know which one to pick. We'll cover coffee in detail in a separate episode. Make sure to subscribe to stay tuned for updates.
Next piece of advice: follow an organic, whole foods diet.
When you go to a grocery store, pick whole foods instead of processed, prepackaged items whenever possible. For example, if you like guacamole, pick avocado, garlic, and tomato instead of a packet of powder.
Remember that almost all processed foods have very high content of both added sugars and chemicals in them.
Always read the labels of any foods you buy. Get organic whenever possible and always read the ingredients closely. If there are some that sound like they are straight out of the chemistry lab, probably they don't even belong in your body. As a general rule of thumb, the fewer ingredients you see overall, the better. Also, pay attention to which ingredients are listed first, as those typically make the most of the product.
Number 7. Eat more fiber. Fiber helps your body to process sugar properly, mitigate its toxicity, and build a healthy microbiome.
The best way to have your fiber is to have it before your meal in the form of salad with lots of greens. Spinach, arugula, lettuce, basil. Pick whatever you like, or better yet, mix them together. It's also important to add some herbs to your salad. Almost all of them have medicinal properties, but some of them are especially good for detoxification and weight loss, such as cilantro and parsley. One of the most overlooked herbs that many mistakenly consider a weed is dandelion. Dandelion greens are very potent natural remedy that helps your body in detoxification and weight loss, additionally to many other health benefits they possess. Also, don't forget about microgreens. Despite the smaller size, they are more nutritionally dense than their mature counterparts. Diversity is the key. Find plants and herbs you like, mix them, and have them daily.
Now, if you can decrease your sugar intake by simply skipping your Starbucks Frappuccino and replacing it with a simple black coffee or even latte with no added sugars or flavors, and at the same time eat salad at least once per day, you'll see improvements in your weight, mood, and energy very quickly. Number 8. Eat more protein. High sugar intake has been linked to increased appetite and weight gain. At the same time, studies show that diets low in added sugars but high in protein and fiber has the opposite effect, reducing hunger and promoting weight loss. Some recent studies actually show that increasing protein in your diet by just 25% reduces cravings by 60%, and that's pretty impressive.
To curb sugar cravings, stock up on protein-rich whole foods. If you prefer to get your protein from animal meat, go only for a high-quality kind, which means organic, pasture-raised, and 100% grass-fed with no antibiotics or hormones. If you like fish, choose wild-caught, low-mercury fish over farm-raised. One of the most nutritious types of fish is salmon. There is a wide variety of salmon available. My favorite one is sockeye. We'll have a whole episode on how to pick your fish, what kinds have the most nutritional benefits, and what kinds are better to avoid. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. The good sources of animal protein are also eggs and dairy products. Always go for pasture-raised organic eggs and pasture-raised organic milk and dairy. Otherwise, you'll be consuming just too many antibiotics, hormones, or pesticides that will ruin your health in the long run. Some of the best sources of plant protein are nuts, seeds, and legumes. Just keep in mind that animal protein tends to be absorbed more easily than plant protein. It happens because of multiple reasons. One of them is because of the fibrous coatings that help protect plants from insects and diseases, but also can reduce the rate of digestion.
Studies show that if you want to lose weight, you should aim for a daily protein intake between 1.6 and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, which translates to about 1 gram per pound. Number 9. Limit processed extra sugary desserts and go for healthy desserts instead. wait, after everything we just covered, you might be thrown off by this line. Healthy desserts, really? In fact, yes, there are healthy dessert options available. What are those, you ask? Well, that's actually how Mother Nature originally intended us to consume sugars. And if you think about it for a little bit more, you'll realize that this is fruit. However, I should mention that sugars that are in fruits are actually not added sugars. Why? Because they are not added during processing, but they are originally there. Besides sugars, fruits also have lots of fiber and vitamins, which are all essential for our health.
So if you are craving sweet, try switching candy to a red apple. Once you get used to it, you may want to switch to green apples, as those have the highest nutritional values and the lowest amounts of sugar. However, here is a word of caution. The fact that fruits are healthy sugars doesn't mean you should consume limitless amounts of them. If you take too many at once, you'll likely experience the same sugar high, which will then be followed by the sugar low, which translates to extremely low energy, among other things.
To understand what's the optimal amount of fruits and berries that you should eat is very simple. Look at the palm of your hand. How much would fit in the palm of your hand? 1 apple, 1 banana, a handful of berries. If you want more, wait for at least 30 minutes to an hour so your body has a chance to digest what you've previously eaten. That's the best and the healthiest way to eat, especially if you're aiming for weight loss. Last but not least, get enough sleep every day. Studies show that poor sleep is linked to depression, poor concentration, reduced immune function, digestive issues in the body, and obesity, among a multitude of other health conditions. Additional lack of sleep may also affect the types of foods you eat, predisposing you to choices that are high in added sugars. And if you remember how you felt the last time when you felt extremely tired or you didn't get enough sleep, most of the time you will be craving something sweet. And a lot of times, instead of taking a red apple, you would probably go for some type of junk food, and that's the vicious circle. You have to get out of there.
Sleep kicks off one of the most important processes in your body, which contribute to good health, longevity, and healthy weight loss. There are many hormones and neurotransmitters that our body naturally produces while we sleep, and which are very important for reducing sugar cravings. One of these hormones is melatonin. Studies show that melatonin reduces inflammation as well as cancer growth, improves brain health, reduces pain levels, supports gut health, reduces sugar cravings, and improves mood. Another important neurotransmitter that your body releases when you sleep is GABA, which plays a major role in several critical processes, including controlling stress and anxiety. It also controls our blood pressure and reduces muscle spasm. Additionally, it controls cravings and promotes a feeling of fullness. In other words, GABA is a natural brain relaxant that helps us feel good. By the way, GABA in its synthetic form is very often added to weight loss supplements. Ideally, aim for 8 hours of sleep daily. If you have trouble with falling or staying asleep, there are lots of natural remedies to help you resolve it, which we'll be covering in our next episodes. Subscribe to our channel to stay tuned.
For more information and research, please visit our website. I put the links in the video description as well as in the first comment down below. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments down below. I'll go over all of them. And if you find this episode useful and informative, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your family, friends, post it on your social media, as it really helps search algorithms deliver this content faster and to help even more people. Stay tuned for new episodes. We are releasing them every single week. This information might just help you or your loved ones. See you in the next one.